basically I'm gonna say you need to get a couple of post hole anchors. This is just for, I don't know, this text is not gonna work. It might. Basically, listen, if you just want to get started and you want to make a platform so you can have some sort of space so you can make something. This is for beginning out. So if you want to quit smoking, try this instead of smoking or whatever you struggle with. You want to get a post hole anchor which looks like this, and you get a couple of these. Instead of having a cigarette, get a couple of these. And they're just steel, they're galvanized steel that goes, these are galvanized steel and they have holes in the sides, usually a hole in the sides that go here, and maybe one underneath the plate that goes back like this. So you want to get a couple of these post hole anchors, and then what you do is you want to map out your how big you want your area that you want to build a platform on, or you can make a shed on. So you're working at you're doing it for so you clear your ground, make sure it's level, make your ground level. Get a string line, which is just a marking out line, like a fluorescent tape that goes on top. That as a string line, you mark out how big you want it, your area. So when you get how far, how many meters, and you mark it out, and you get your in the corners. You mark out your how much wood you need, how many, and you got to make it even. So if you're going to do it like this, you just have it mark it off. So this is supposed to pretend that's like. So we're going to have like this, so many meters. This is the ground, and we do like this. And you want to make that even. So if you want to make it square or rectangle, you mark it out with a string line, and you get someone, and you got to make it even. So it's got to be evenly supported. So how much weight is it? You get how many sleepers you want. So when you buy your H3 timber, so it's outdoor treated, and then you put your holes. So you mark it out. You get so many of it. The best way to probably do it is put on your timber that you get for your thing. You want to get your timber planks, so you want to get your timber lengths of timber. I'd say do it like this. It'd be easier for you if you want to have. You've got to make it evenly balanced. So you want to have this like this, and do it like this. Maybe do it like this. Have it like this. So you got timber going this way. You're going to have a hole here, so you're going to put a post hole anchor here. 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 Ordinarily, post hole anchor here. Post hole anchor here. Post hole anchor here. Post hole anchor here. And what you got to do is you attach the post hole anchor first. If you're just starting out, maybe an easy way to do it is to attach the post hole anchor to the bit of timber first. Attach it to the bit of timber first. So you got the timber, and you attach it to here. So you're fixing this piece to this piece. So you're attaching your piece of timber, your post hole anchor to that, and then you're attaching it to the wood first, and then you dig. Then after you do that, then you dig the holes. So you know where you're lining it all up. It's all attached with bugle buttons. They've got bugle buttons, and you want them galvanized. The galvanized bugle buttons. Our galvanized meaning because it's more durable for outside use. It's been treated with this coating that helps it be more durable to rust, prevention against rust. So when you're outside, it's better. See, bugle buttons, and they come in various things, which I'll show you in a minute. And you can get them different lengths and different G's, which is different like grades of thickness and the thread thicknesses and the width of the screw. And so basically a screw that looks like this, and it's how many thickness. And you got like the thread it's more thicker, so it's more stronger, and you can get really strong ones. And then it goes like this. It's got like a twist drive, and it can be a little bit like this. And you got them for outdoor use. So you got a bugle button. It's got a sort of a head like this. And sometimes they take stop sign like fittings inside. They look a bit like a hexagonal stop sign inside, or a star. Or you can get ones that look like stops, and they look like that inside the countersunk sort of bit of the head piece, tapered off like this. So you just, you have like that, and you get a few of those, and you can get all different things, but you start to attach them there. So you drill them in, into the post type anchors into the thing, or you can even get what are they, hexagonal screws, like they're like this. They come down, and they got so many G's of those. You can get them in various lengths and sizes, but you want to make it stronger and go in, and you put as many as is required in these ones. You attach these to the post hole anchors, to the holes, to the slots, and you put it to the timber slats. Or what are you doing? You're going to have it like this way, or you're going to run it this way. You figure out how you're going to run it, how many you need for it. Remember, you're going to have it evenly balanced so it can support the weight. It's got to support the weight of the overall thing you're going to put in there. Like you're going to put flooring on, and then beams and more beams, and some runners and some string things, and you just got to keep going like this. So I'm just saying this just to give you a heads up, so you might not know much about it, but you can build your platform. So when you start off, and you got to put some stuff to join it, and different things. You're running it this way. Which way you're running it? You're running it this way, so the lengthwise is like beams that go this way. Then you can add, so you want to add these beams here, so you're going to have it this way. If your beams this way, and it just depends how big you're making it, what your shape is. Is it square, rectangle? Are you joining it? How long are you wanting to be? How long are the timbers you're going to buy? The beams of timber that you're going to buy, how many do you need? If you're going to make it longer, going down this way, all the way down, or all the way this way, so you can work out your sizing and what you need. So then once you've got that, you map it all out, you get your string line, put a peg in the ground, make it square to the best of your ability, make it square, like not to the best, you should make it square, so work out, make a square, make it square, so you know it's this, from this length to this point, to this point, to this point, to this point, and this is like this, it becomes square. And you can find the middle point, and you can work it out, and just do that. So you and then you can come along and dig your holes, and you've put them all the post dot anchors, you've stuck them onto there, and you start to dig the holes, and you dig it so deep you got to look up requirements, because you got to dig so many requirements. So you got to get, there's different post dot anchors come in different lengths, so how far in the ground you want to go. So you got to go certain depths sometimes, and for what you want to do, and make a little platform, or just what is your intention, what you're using it for, and just have a go. Like you can make a platform, like a little stage, a little level up, so you can try and do stuff. It's just about having fun. But look into it, look into some requirements, look into some abilities and skills and requirements, assessment stuff that you might need to do. Like we're zoning. Before you dig, you should go to council, and you pay $55 for a council plan before you dig, like of a map of your yard or wherever you are, a map of the environment from council. To about $55 or something, $65 or something for a plan before you dig things, so you can know where you can dig, where you've got infrastructure already on the property, where you've got electricals or certain things, and septic systems and stuff like that. So maybe you can learn to be so many meters away from that. There's some little bits of regulation you might want to look at, but other than that, it's only going to be a lot. If you just make a little stage, it shouldn't matter too much, because you're only just trying to make a little. Maybe you want to make a little raised garden, so you've got an entertaining space, so you can have it just a little platform, so you can put your chairs and tables on, and have a nice little space, and make your garden nice. And you can just build and develop and grow. Maybe you can look into putting a shed there. You can just develop and get the strength, integral strength and abilities and skills, and you just start to build it, and you can see then you can start to build it in and build it up and a little bit better, and put some flooring on and some more rafters or whatever you do. What do you call some decking? You can make stuff so you can put a timber frame around it and build it so it's like some sleepers, some outdoor sleepers, and make some sleepers go around it to give it a bit of a border and some thickness and some bolts that can go through it. So, it's just about you get better at it as you go along. The more you do it, the better you get, and you just got to practice. All you can do is practice, and you get better every time. And every time you have a go, you have fun, you have enjoyment, and you stop smoking, and whatever it is you can do, like you struggle with, instead of doing that, turn from that and do something like this. That's all I can say. I don't know everything, but I've done a little bit of the studies at school, but look into books, read stuff. I don't know everything, and I don't always have the time to do everything, but if you're interested in making your garden a little bit better, this is a stepping stone to helping you to create that, and hopefully give you some interest into making your space nice and having some pride in what you do, so you can have a nice time, have a great time, get the kids involved, have a great life with it, have a great time with it, have your family around. You can just build a platform so you can have a nice deck so you can have a table and chairs on it, so you can have a barbecue entertainment area, and you can build yourself a fake wall, like I said in my previous video. Have a fake wall and structural integrity and strength. Look into how you can go about doing that, and just build it up and make your garden nice. Put some flower beds in, and just away you go. It doesn't have to be so amazing. It's $5 for a bag of cement, $5 to $8 for a bag of cement, depends where you go, and a postal anchor costs about $8 to $14 to $17 for a postal anchor, and you can get them in various lengths and sizes, and a couple of bags of concrete. It's about two and a half bags of concrete for a postal anchor, just general. And you dig a hole in a shovel, get yourself a good shovel. The easiest shovel I found was to dig with was a $20 trailer shovel, not $20 shovel, camping shovel that you get from Big W or Target or Bunnings or something like that. It's $20, and it's got more of a spade on it like this. It's more of even you can get it from Supercheap Auto. It's just like a 4-wheel drive camping shovel like this, and it's got like a not a foldable one, but just a little one. It's only little. It's only about a meter, and it's got a rounded point. It's like got a shovel, like an arrow pointed tip on it like this, so you can just go like that. So it's easier to break the surface. It's much fun when you're doing it, when you got these square shovels, these concrete shovels and all this sort of shit. It's much more easier to have a pointed arrowed sort of a tip, so you can break the surface and really get in there and lift up some soil. And I just encourage you to have a go, and do your best and have fun. Get your family involved so you can really make the most of your garden. It's really important, so that you have a lot of fun with your family, and you'll feel good about turning away from cigarettes, whatever it is you struggle with. Instead of doing that, turn away from that. Spend $5 to $10 each time you do. How big you want it, just remember you got to have the weight evenly distributed amongst it, so it can support the platform, so it can support the flooring, so it can support the weight that you're going to put on top of it. And that's a must. And that's like, sometimes when you're working things out, like try and check where you've got not so much, just see your level where it is, and just make sure you're like in a good spot, thinking about everything, and just really enjoy yourself, and enjoy your family. When it's all done, you'll be so happy with it. You'll be so amazed what you can do. Sky's the limit. You're just going to create more and more and more. On top of that, more and more things will happen. The more you do, the better you get each time, and the more you feel so proud of yourself, like not in a bad way, but proud of your achievements, because you've said, and this is what you can use. I did this and I gave up cigarettes. I'm still off cigarettes. It's been like over a year now, just over a year, and I've just turned away from cigarettes, and everything I struggle with, I just said stop, no more. I asked God to help me, every time I just looked to God and asked Him to help me, because that's all I could do, because I had no one to tell me, just talk to yourself. I've got no one to talk to, so I just talked to God. I said, go talk to God, ask God to help you. I did. I looked up, asked God to help me. I said, Jesus, help me, because I gotta stop smoking, because this is gonna kill me, man. And I've got kids, and I just want to be around for my kids. And it's been challenging, and every day I just pray. Every day I pray. I don't really know everything, and I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I just know what the hell I've been through, and what I go through, and just God loves me, and God loves you, and that's all you can say is, I don't know anything, but I just know that you can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you, and that's 100% true. The only way you can move forward sometimes is to just stand and say no. Stand and say no. Pivot. Then when I say pivot, it just means turn from that and just turn away from the things that are problematic, that are troubling you in your life. Say no. Resist the enemy and he'll flee. Turn away from that shit and look the other way. Get some tools in your hands like a shovel, some bugle buttons, some hexagonal screws, some shovel, like a light shovel, some of these postal anchors, and some bits of timber, like long bits of timber that's HC3 treated for outside and sleepers, and and drill some holes in it. Get yourself a good decent drill, or it doesn't have to be the most expensive, but sometimes when you're starting out you don't have this and you don't have that. If you can just build yourself a platform, you start to see your life can start to change, and you can be as creative as you want. You can make your space so beautiful. Get yourself a few pots and a few plants, a few flowers. Go to Bunnings, wherever you go to get your stuff from. You can just go down the street to what shops you get. You doesn't have to, even if you go to cheap shops, like even if you go to reject shops and stuff like that. There's all these different shops you can go to, little nooks and crannies. You can get, like, there's other shops I've been to, like there's some place called Ten Tops, and nothing's over $10. Sometimes you can get a good bargain there, sometimes not. But just be frugal, look for good deals, and make yourself creative. Get yourself creative in a happy space, and turn away from things that you struggle with, and just do your best to apply yourself to the best of your ability. Ask God for help, and He'll help you. And resist the devil when he comes at you. Every time you feel bad, say for instance you're negative, you have problems, and you feel so bad in yourself for your depression. Try and do something creative. Make a space where you can have a platform, so you can have a table, so you can build a backdrop, so you can make a nice mural that you can sit there, and you can have this and you can have that, and you can, sky's the limit. Have a great time. God bless you.